Something absolutely insane just happened in the recent 12 hours, and it seems like everybody is sleeping at the wheel. I will show you exactly what it is, what it means for Bitcoin, and why you have to take action right now. Let's go. Guys, thank you for tuning in here on this Thursday. I will not talk around a lot about what it actually is that I have found, which is insane that it's already happening without that we had any major announcement about it, that there was no statement really, and quietly was just done by the US. So we have waited for that because this always marked a massive rally for the whole crypto market. So what I'm talking about is quantitative easing. So what happened was that the US Treasury has bought back $10 billion worth of their own debt. As you can see, a Treasury debt buyback operation results. So they bought $10 billion worth of their own debt, and that means there's quantitative easing happening right now, and nobody is paying attention. A few guys on Twitter have seen it. Here you can see that was on the 3rd, so it was happening 2 days ago actually, and yesterday I saw news coming up about it, but it was in the evening, so I could not basically mention it anymore. And you see a settlement date was yesterday, so usually people should have caught on to it, so, and the market should start now to pump, but it did not happen. It did not happen yet, and it's because everybody is not paying attention. Nobody is paying attention to that. Once people wake up to the fact that now quantitative easing is happening already without any announcement, like major announcement by the Fed or by the US government, you have still time to position yourself. Once there is an official announcement, and it will most likely be happening with the next FOMC meeting, then you are already too late, so because time to position yourself is right now. So, and another indication that everybody is sleeping at the wheel is when I look at the DXY and see the DXY not falling here to the downside right now. So usually what happens is, because the dollar gets inflated, the dollar is, oh wait, I actually have to refresh that because I had to pay earlier for my TradingView subscription again. Yeah, you can see here, nothing really changed. So we are not falling off a cliff here right now, even though we have quantitative easing. So, and that just tells you that nobody's paying attention. So if somebody would pay attention, then you would see the dollar more or less collapsing here a little bit. And that's not happening yet. So it means eyes on it yet. Maybe some people want not that this news is coming out just yet, for obvious reasons, to keep the dollar still where the dollar is, so but once this news is breaking, like really breaking mainstream, the dollar will start collapsing because of quantitative easing, and Bitcoin will rally massively to the upside. We don't need to talk about the weekly chart. Nothing has really changed here. On the daily chart, we saw earlier today here a small retrace to the downside, but that got already more or less stopped. We are now back on the way to the downward sloping resistance of that falling wedge pattern. So here, any given moment, in my opinion, that can break to the upside. The stochastic will print another buy signal by tomorrow. The RSI is pointing slightly to the upside, and also the MACD is still losing momentum here. So here, I give that another 3, 4, 5 days. 4 days, I would say. Then we see here definitely a move to the upside for Bitcoin and a breakout out of that falling wedge pattern, because there's just so much momentum then coming into the price action that we need to get a push here. Something what I want to mention here, and haven't done in a really long time, I know a lot of you guys were waiting for that, especially by catching a trade like this here. If you sign up now on Blowfin, I want to bring back something that a lot of you guys were asking for. I'm gonna take my Blowfin account. I have, of course, my own Blowfin account, from $500 to $10,000, and I will post every single trade in my Alpha Telegram group. The link for that is in the pinned comment below and in the description below. And I will give updates then here on the YouTube channel how we are doing in that group. So if you want to go from $500 to $10,000, I will tell you it will be a slow grind to get there, but we're gonna get there. Then what you need to do is sign up on Blowfin. It's non-KYC. Then send me a message on Telegram with your Blowfin number, and have at least $500 in your account, you know, so for that, yeah, for that challenge, you know, for the $500 to a $10,000 challenge. And at the same time, you will also get a $50 future bonus. If you deposit more, of course, you get more bonus here. So while you trade, you can actually also earn more money on Blowfin, which is amazing. So if you want to be part of the $500 to $10,000 challenge, then go and sign up on Blowfin. Like I said, send me on Telegram the Blowfin number, and I'm going to add you to the channel. Or on Twitter, works the same way. And be aware, there's only less than 100 spots left. You know, so there's less than 100 spots left for that, because remember what I said in the beginning, that group will be closed at 200 people in that group. So, and yeah, you have to be fast. Now, when we're looking at the 1 hourly chart at that falling wedge pattern that we found, and here clearly we are currently retesting already the downward sloping trend line. If we get a break here, if we get a break today at some point, and actually I want to see the other indicators for that. Let's have a look here. This looks good. Yeah, it can technically happen that we're gonna get that break by today out of that pattern, that falling wedge pattern. So if we're getting that break, I expect at least a retest here of $106,000 approximately. So if we break above that, then we are going into that resistance area. There we're gonna get a small pullback. Even if we get slightly above it, small pullback, then it should act as support, and from there we're going to get the next move to the upside and basically follow the path that I have also drawn in here, more or less. So, and this is your next imminent trade setup, guys. So if you want to trade that, it will be a short-term trade. So here, that is what the trade looks like. So again, it's a scalp, you know, so we're talking about 1.4%. If you take it here all the way up to the resistance, it's a 2% trade. So here you need to trade with like 20 to 30x leverage, in my opinion, to actually make money on that. Yeah, so it's up to you if you want to do that. Like I said, it's high leverage, but that would be the trade setup. Your stop loss would be at $104,600 approximately. Your take profit at $107,260, and your entry would be at $105,146. And I would actually take close half the position at $106,000 because there is a major resistance on the shorter time frames holding us currently down. So, and then write the rest to the upside. Actually, let's leave that here. So now on the MDX Algo scalp gradients, also here we are slowly grinding into that resistance area here that I just mentioned. At the same time, we are forming potentially here a W pattern. So and the neckline would be at $106,755. So if we break that W pattern, then let's look at the technical target for that. So that would give us a technical target of $110,000 approximately, $109,975. And while we are printing here right now lighter candles, as long as we are not falling here below $104,000, we should now start to warm up again in terms of price action, because the reactor indicator is ready to make here a turn back to the upside. So we need here another 1 hour, almost a little bit less than 2 hours to get confirmation here, but this looks like that we're going to get a push here at least into the weekly open and potentially even above that. So if we can close a 4-hourly candle above the weekly open, it will open up the gates to push the price way higher, most likely into the downward sloping resistance of this bigger pennant here on the 4-hourly chart. On the liquidation level, so here it gets really interesting right now. So we have so much short liquidity concentrated above us, from $105,800 to $111,300 approximately. But we have also long liquidity sitting here around the 200 moving average, starting at least there from $104,370 all the way down to $101,750. So I still believe, while we are experiencing here price contraction, that the contraction will lead to a short squeeze to the upside and not a move to the downside. And what's going to happen then? First of all, a lot of shorts will get liquidated and a lot of longs will take profit here. At least I hope that people are smart enough to take profit here. You should be smart enough to take profit if you are here somewhere in there with 50 to 100x. On the way up here at around $108,600, I would definitely take some profit, because there's again a major resistance where the price will struggle to get above. And you can see that here. So yeah, I would definitely make sure that I would take some money off the table if you are already in a position from all the way down here. So if you are not, then you have your setups that I've given you, and just wait, because this definitely looks like that we are going to get here a nice short squeeze, and it could coincide with the major news announcement that is then mainstream, bringing the quantitative easing thing that I just mentioned in the beginning of the video. So when we're looking at the liquidation heat map, then also here you see price is sandwiched currently between both liquidity pockets here that I just mentioned. So here you see it in alignment with the liquidation levels all the way down to $102,867 is long liquidity from $103,700, and short liquidity is at $107,000 concentrated all the way up to $108,000 approximately. So, and as you can see here, every day the concentration moves lower. So because people taking profit, guys, people taking profit, and that's why these levels are moving down. So, and here these levels, they're not really moving up, so they're not really moving up, but they are coming down, and that means people are scared that are holding shorts right now to keep holding them while price is chopping sideways, that we get here a nice pump to the upside and they get liquidated. So they rather take the money that they made now already and close the positions or reduce their positions to minimize their exposure to the potential upside risk that they would anticipate with every single day holding that short position. So also here you can clearly see if we get a break above $107,000, that will trigger a short squeeze, in my opinion, at least to $109,000, maybe even all the way up to $110,000 really, really fast. Then the total free market cap, again, chopping sideways, which is absolutely fine. We don't see major gains here on the bigger altcoins, but I have found some altcoins that I still monitor right now. I cannot share them with you yet because they're not on any normal exchange. There's one on Uniswap. Yesterday 200%, today 100%, over 100%. So if this coin is currently pulling back a little bit, I'm gonna have a look later at this coin. If this coin is looking good and the pullback looks healthy, I might give it to you tomorrow, but I will for sure give it first again to the Alpha Telegram group that you find in the pinned comment below and in the description below if you have a Blowfin account. So the Bitcoin dominance is falling here a little bit to the downside, but not extremely. So I would like to see a more follow through. If not by today, then definitely by tomorrow. That would be really amazing to see here. I don't believe that we're going to get here a major retest in that resistance again. Like I said, with everything happening right now, it looks more like that we are finally getting here a nice drop. Altcoins are traded on Bybit, guys. Remember, I trade all my altcoins on Bybit. There's still a $30,000 bonus available, a Bybit card, and a free $500 Airdrop position. Everything with the link in the pinned comment below and in the description below. So make use of that, because this is still, in my opinion, one of the best exchanges out there. And they are back in Europe. So if you're in Europe and you could not use Bybit, now you can. They have a new office in Europe, and they are compliant in Europe. So now if you're in Europe, you can sign up on Bybit again and also get a card in Europe, as far as I know. So then the Ethereum Bitcoin chart is still holding up here pretty well. So we got here a small pullback from yesterday, but we are still above the upward sloping trend line. That's all what we care about, because Ethereum is getting here now to a point where we need to see a breakout by today or tomorrow out of that pennant here. It cannot extend much longer. So I maybe okay, if I adjust the lines here a little bit, maybe another day or two. I would say another 2-3 days maximum, then we need to get that breakout out of that pennant. So again, if you are not in Ethereum trade yet, you still can get into that trade. You're not too late, so we are like 1% behind roughly on that trade, 1.5, okay, 1.5, but we're looking at a 30% move to the upside. And also, once we are breaking out here, this will happen really, really quickly in a matter of 2-3 days, in my opinion. Also here on the daily chart, we are still trying to reclaim the golden ratio. If we can reclaim the golden ratio, I expect by tomorrow, after tomorrow here, a retest of $2,700. And again, here for that higher time frame trade, that is more of a scalp trade on a higher time frame with 14% here, with the technical target of that ascending triangle here. So, and for that, if you play that pattern, you have to wait for a break above $2,700. I just want to mention that here again. Then Solana currently retesting a support level, bouncing off it on the 4-hourly chart, stochastic bottoming out, RSI pointing to the upside. So now we need 2-3 candles coming back into that support area here of $157. to also turn around the MACD, and then I expect a retest of the downward sloping trend line of that falling broadening wedge. But at the same time, if we would lose that level here of $151, we would potentially come down to our original entry of that trade setup here at $147.65, from where we're gonna then enter here, or add, at least I will add to my position, to that trade here all the way up to $200, because I'm already in a trade, so I will just add to my current position at that price level. But you can enter from there. If we lose here more, but right now it looks like that we are gonna get a nice bounce back to the upside. So my battery is running low, so I have to speed up here a little bit. APE coin getting supported on the 0.786 level on the Fibonacci levels and from the EMA ribbon, so that is all pretty healthy to me. If you go into a 1 hourly chart, we have here also somewhat of a small falling wedge pattern playing out right now. So once you get a break here above these trend lines, you can enter that, in my opinion, at 72 cents approximately, and the target would be the top of the falling wedge at 77 cents, so that's almost a 10% move here to the upside. Indicators definitely pointing on the 1 hourly chart to more upside here, with the MACD about to flip bullish. Stochastic is already bullish, only the RSI needs to go into the upside, and that will happen when we get here above 72 cents. Then ICP is another coin that I was looking at, so wait for that 4 hourly close. If we close above the EMA ribbon, also potentially a good entry here, with the stochastic printing and a buy signal, RSI is slightly turning around in that moment, and MACD could be printing a fake out, but you need to wait for that break. And if you want to play it even more safe, then you want to wait for this downward sloping trend line to be reclaimed at $5.35, which would be, I don't want to say something wrong here, yeah, a 3-4% move to the upside. Guys, that's it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure that you smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you with more money tomorrow.